You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, March 28th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It is the top 5 things to know in the market on Wednesday. First thing to know is global stocks switch back to trade war jitters. Global stocks fell Wednesday after Wall Street was knocked hard by concerns about tighter controls on the tech industry, denting a brief global equities recovery driven by hopes that the risk of a U.S.-China trade war was easing. The tech sector was hit as market participants speculated with increased regulation over Facebook's debacle with protecting users' privacy. Equities extended losses further after China's state-run Global Times reported the world's second-largest economy will soon announce a list of retaliatory tariffs on U.S. exports to China. The second thing to know today is China preps retaliatory tariffs against U.S. imports. This last Monday, it had appeared that trade tensions between China and the U.S. had been simmering down and global stocks rallied. However, concerns returned full force as the Chinese state-run Global Times reported that Beijing would soon announce this list. Alarm over possible trade war between the world's 2 largest economies has dampened risk sentiment as financial markets anticipated dire consequences should trade barriers go up due to Trump's bid to cut the U.S. deficit with China. Third thing to know is GDP to focus attention on the economic front. In a light day for economic references, the U.S. is to release final figures on fourth quarter economic growth at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Wednesday. The data is expected to show that the economy expanded at a healthy 2.7% rate, and the final 3 months of 2017 upwardly revised from a preliminary estimate of 2.5%. It grew by 3.2% in the third quarter. Of note, this third reading is from the October to December 2017 period and is not expected to include the impact of Trump's tax cuts. Fourth thing to know is oil heads lower on bets for U.S. inventory build. Crude prices continued to track lower on Wednesday amid speculation weekly supply data due later in the day will show a big buildup in U.S. oil supplies. The U.S. Energy Information Administration will release its official weekly oil supplies report for the week ended March 23rd at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, amid expectations for a draw of 287,000 barrels. However, after markets closed Tuesday, the American Petroleum Institute said that U.S. oil inventories rose by 5.3 million barrels last week. The fifth thing to know is North Korea reportedly pledges denuclearization. China said Wednesday that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un had pledged to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula during a meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. in exchange for a promise that the world's second-largest economy would uphold its friendship with its isolated neighbor. Kim expressed the openness to U.S. talks during meetings with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The official Xinhua news agency said Wednesday in what was his first foreign trip since taking power in 2011. Our second story today is from Investing.com. The U.S. fourth quarter GDP revised up to 2.9%. The U.S. economy grew at a faster pace than initially thought in the fourth quarter, according to data released on Wednesday. Gross domestic product was found to have grown by 2.9%, up from 2.5%, the Commerce Department said in its third estimate. That was higher than economists' forecast for growth of 2.7% and was up from 2.5% in the previous quarter. Meanwhile, the GDP price index was unchanged at 2.3%, while GDP sales rose to 3.4% from 3.3% the prior quarter. Our final story today is from CNBC.com. Popular FANG stocks drop most ever as tech backlash grows. The tech sector sell-off is not just about Facebook's data scandal anymore. Several of the market's favorite technology stocks tanked as investors grew concerned over the company's ambitious growth following new developments Tuesday. The NYSE FANG index fell 5.6% on Tuesday and is down 6% over the last week, its worst showing since the index began in 2014. The so-called FANG stocks all dropped, with Facebook down 5%, Amazon off by 4%, Netflix falling 6%, and Google parent Alphabet lower by 4.5%. And then the pain was shared by other tech stocks. Twitter declined 12% after a famed short seller issued a negative report predicting more regulation over its social media platform after Facebook's controversy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, Wednesday, March 28th, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Trade smart, and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.